Hello, listeners. This is Golden Veins Weekly Stock Market Condition August Week 2, and I am Jay Choi, your English commentary. First, KOSPI. On August 8th, due to the option expiration date that comes once a month in Korea and selling trend of foreign investors and program for a week, it is closed with some weakness. Down by 35.51 compared to the 29th, and it ended 1880.71. 3374 billion and 761 billion have been purchased for individuals and financial institutions, and 4117 billion have been sold for foreign investors. For program, 1193 billion arbitrage and 2727 billion non-arbitrage transaction, so for the total of 3920 billion sold with security. Current closing conditions for each industries. Every sector except 3 of them are all closed bullish. Wholesale of foods and beverages, paper wooden products, chemistry, medication, non-metal minerals, steel metal, electronic, transportation equipment, shipping industry, transport warehouse, financial business, banking, securities business, insurance, service business, and manufacturing business are weaker. Only 3 industries, machinery, medical details, electrical gas, closed strong. Only 2 out of 14 high rankings are closed strong. Korea electricity is bullish with 4.27% because of the rise in electric charges. Hyundai Heavy Industry is bullish with 0.93% thanks to win a contract in Saudi Arabia, which takes about 6.7% of recent sales. Including Hyundai Motors with negative 3.90% and Samsung Electronics with negative 3.45%, 11 sectors show weakness. NHN is in the middle of trade suspension due to the evaluation of company division. Now for KOSDAQ. Foreign investors and financial institutions still show the selling trend, fixed by 1.67 compared to the 5th, and it ended 554.93. Individuals purchased 416 billion and 476 billion and 560 billion sold for financial institutions and foreign investors. For program trade, it has been mainly non-arbitrary transaction trade and having 316 billion purchasing security. Current closing condition of each industry. Most sectors show weakness. Other service industries, general cost like IT, manufacturing business, construction business, distribution industry, financial business, IT software service, IT hardware, food, beverages and tobacco, paper wooden product, print media copy, chemistry, non-metal and metal industry, machine equipment, transportation equipment parts, other manufacturing industry, broadcasting service, internet business, digital contents, software, computer service, communication equipment, semiconductor, and IT components are closed weaker. Shipping industry, communication broadcasting, fabric and clothing, medicine manufacture, general electronic, medication detail instrument, communication service, information device, entertainment, and new growth industry are strong. Medical device company Seagen has a sharp rise of 9.52%. SK Telecom affiliated company SK Broadband is strong with 7.12%. Casino enterprise Paradise is bullish with 4.49%. With these 3 companies, Dongseo, CJENM, Daum, SFA, Patron, and WeMate are all bullish. Market capitalization ranking: first Celltrion, second CJO Shopping, and third Seoul Semiconductor are weaker. And ranking 8th and 10th, GS Home Shopping and POSCO ICT are closed weaker. And next, United States. After the reported price, due to the arbitrage stocks and quantitative easing, it is closed weak. On August 5th, Monday, Institute of Supply Management Non-Manufacturing Industry Index reached 56.0, which was the highest since last February. One of the hardliners, Richard Fisher, the chairman of Dallas Federal Reserve, announced at the Oregon Portland event that it is almost the time for the Federal Reserve Bank to cut the quantitative easing regarding unemployment rate. He also mentioned unemployment rate is dropped by 7.4% last July, and the Federal Reserve is looking for the right moment to reduce the quantitative easing. On August 6th, Tuesday, as the prediction of Federal Reserve System cutting the quantitative easing from September, it brought up again. The market closed weaker. Richard Fisher announced the approach of reducing quantitative easing. Denise Lockhart, the chairman of Atlanta Federal Reserve Bank, expected the reduce in quantitative easing within this year. On August 7th, Wednesday, Sandra Pianalto, the chairman of Cleveland Federal Reserve, said if the labor market maintains its improvement, the quantitative easing will be reduced. There is no specific date mentioned actually, but the Sandra Pianalto mentioned there are many members at the Federal Open Market Committee who are pragmatists, even though they don't have a right to vote. And Goldman Sachs predicted the reduce in quantitative easing will be in this September, as Chris Dossey, an economist of Goldman Sachs, announced quantitative easing of Federal Reserve is an economic indicator. On August 8th, Thursday, the housing price of second quarter in the United States is raised by 87% in terms of the entire city, which is a favorable factor for the investors. Real Estate Agent Associations of the United States said housing price of second quarter is raised up in 142 cities out of 163 compared to the last year. The median value for a detached house is $203,500, which is up by 12% compared to last year. Atlanta, Las Vegas, San Francisco, and others show a sharp rise as well. New York Mercantile Exchange and West Texas Intermediate down by $0.59 and now is $105.97 per barrel. London ICE future market, the North Sea Brent gas is fixed by $1.35 and now is $109.33 per barrel. COMEX, gold future price is decreased by $20.5 and now is $1,309.25 per ounce. Europe stock market, a bit of modification after the sharp rise in the short term. On 5th, Monday, July, Complex Purchasing Management Index 50.5 in Eurozone, first time breaking 50 since 2012 January. British Service Sector Purchasing Management Index reached the highest level of 60.2 in 6.5 years, but poor second quarter performance of European enterprises induced arbitrage stocks according to the sharp rise in short period. Hong Kong and Shanghai Banking Corporation, the largest bank in Britain, announced its first half net profit $141 billion, which is below than the estimate of $146 billion. On 7th, Wednesday, the central bank, Bank of England, announced it will maintain its current law until the unemployment rate goes lower than 7%. For the guidance, the prospect of fiscal policy has been selected, and is the first time Bank of England chairman presented a guidance publicly. In June, the largest economic country of Eurozone, Germany, has a sharp rise in industrial production than it expected, which is a promising sign of economic recovery. German Ministry of Finance and Economy announced the industrial production of June had been increased by 2.4% compared to the previous month. The revised value of 0.8% decrease in May turned quickly into an increase now, and a prediction has been made for the market with a 0.3% increase and 2.0% increase compared to the same month last year. Production in capital goods is sharply increased by 4.1%, expecting relative increase in the equipment investment of companies. German domestic investment in machinery and equipment has been showed a decreasing trend since the fourth quarter of 2011, but production in manufacturing and construction increased with 2.2% and also with 1.6%. On 9th, Friday, Foreign Trade Index of Britain encouraged the optimistic view of economic recovery. Goods Services Trade Index of Britain from June experienced a deficit of £15 billion, which is almost half of £26 billion from that of May, and the July export has been increased by 4.9%. Chinese industrial production recorded a higher rate in increase than expected, and it stimulated the mining market of Europe as a favorable factor and closed very strong. ArcelorMittal is raised with 5.53% and Presnillo with 8% and also Landgold Resource with 6%. Lawyer KPN recorded the highest increase rate of 16% since 15 months ago. American Mobile, led by a billionaire Carlos Slim, took over all the remaining stocks of a Holland network company KPN and had a sharp rise. Europe's representative index Stoxx 600 has a rise of 1.18% from 304.74 and it ended 305.92. United Kingdom index FTSE 100 index is decreased by 36.19 and now is 6583.39 compared to the 5th. Germany DAX 300 index is down by 60.07 points and it ended at 8338.31. France CAC 40 index is raised up by 26.58 and now is 76.55. US dollar over euro is up by $0.001 compared to the 5th and now is $1.3353. That's it for today. Thank you for listening. This has been Jay Choi. You guys have a great day. Thank you.